You ever see something that looks interesting? This is one of those days. Shrek 2 interactive book. I was gonna read this, and then I was like, you know what? Why not read it with you guys? I did grow up with Shrek 2. I had a lot of Shrek 2 stuff. Did I? I don't even know. Kind of, but not really. I love Shrek 2. Second favorite movie of all time. I'm gonna see me or say that, but yeah. And we got this weird buttons that do stuff. And yes, this does work. I got it from a store. I had to wipe it down because it was kind of gross. Yeah. Even then, I couldn't get some stains out because I don't want to do in the page stains because I just wiped it gently. So there's no clear things, but there's going to be little stains here. So yeah, this is Shrek 2. This is adapted by Steve something, and pencils were by someone, and color was apparently by some company. I'm not going to name, so I'm not going to do it. So here's our amazing picture of Shrek. He's like, is this just taken from the movie here? Yeah, that was. They have this artwork, and they have the movie. Not that the artwork's bad; it could be better, but anyway. So here in this book, we got little things like buttons. So here we would press this button. Let's see what these buttons did. We got Donkey, Fiona. Okay, the King Harold, Puss in Boots, Fairy Godmother, Prince Charming, Happily Ever After Potion, Human Fiona, weird sound effect, Shrek looking like he's taking a shit or something, Donkey on the toilet, Kiss sound effect apparently, and Shrek running for the woods. And there's this button, which I'm not sure what it does. So this is definitely not in the swamp anymore button. Here, I think this is for the end page. These are like search for these guys or something like that. So we'll get to that at the last page. Shrek and Fiona have just returned to the swamp from their honeymoon. They received an invitation from Fiona's parents, the king and queen of Far, Far Away, to a royal marriage ball. You have to meet them sooner or later, Fiona tells Shrek, so along with Donkey, they hop onto the onion carriage. Are we there yet? Asks Donkey. No, not yet, Fiona. A few minutes pass. Are we there yet? Yes, teases Shrek. Really? Says Donkey. No! Yells Shrek. Finally, they arrive Far, Far Away. It's a beautiful fairy tale land. The carriage stops at a large, beautiful castle high on the hill. Shrek and Fiona step outside. The king and queen are shocked. Two ogres. Let's go back inside. More time. We're not home. The king pleads to the queen. Quick, while they're away, they're not looking. We make a run for it. Shrek says to Fiona. This is just a retelling of the fucking movie, in case you're wondering. There's the fairy godmother, looks pretty bad. And there's Fiona looking at her face, I guess. Later that night, the fairy godmother visits Fiona. Ooh. One look at Fiona's green skin, the fairy godmother begins singing. She waves her magic, probably looking at her green skin is what makes her start singing or something like that, I don't know. The way it's phrased is really weird. She waves her magic wand, which you can press it again. And the furniture of Fiona's room comes to life. Drawers start dancing about. Mirrors and brushes and dressers all join in. A nip and tuck here and there till I'm the prince with the perfect hair. Suddenly, Shrek and Donkey enter. The song stops at once. The fairy godmother looks at Shrek in shock and rushes away to meet the king. We made a deal, the fairy godmother says pointedly to the king. The king knows that Prince Charming, the fairy godmother's son, was supposed to be the one to save Fiona from the tower and break the spell. And to live happily ever after. Here's the next page. We got Puss in Boots. Here we go. The king knows he must get rid of Shrek. He liked Shrek, apparently. To go hunting. Shrek agrees, and he and Donkey venture out into the woods. Suddenly a creature jumps out of them. Fear me, if you dare, warns the mysterious creature. Look, a little cat! They only press that button a lot, just before the cat attacks. Now you pray for mercy from Puss in Boots, says the cat, menacingly. But then he begins to choke. He drops his sword and coughs by. Where was I? Camera cut out. There, sorry. So he finally grabs his hair scruff his neck. Shrek grabs him by the scruff of his neck. Please, senor, the king offered me much in gold, cries Puss in Boots. Fiona's father paid you to kill me? Asks Shrek. See, says Puss in Boots. Shrek puts him down. I must accompany you until I have saved your life as you have spared me mine, says Puss in Boots. I'm sorry, but the position of no Nantucket animal has already been taken, snaps Donkey. Here's the next page. Here's the Insider Factory. Shrek has an idea. They will go to the Fairy Gummer and ask for help. When they arrive at Fairy Gummer's cottage, Shrek tells her it seems that Fiona's not exactly happy. The Fairy Godmother angrily reminds Shrek that if he had just left Fiona in the tower, everything would have gone as planned. You see, ogres don't live happily ever after, she says. Shrek decides that if she won't give him a magic potion, he'll just have to take one. So they all sneak into the Fairy Godmother's secret laboratory. Puss in Boots jumps on the shelves to search for a potion. How about happily ever after? He asks. Just then, they see an elf and some guards racing after them. Quick, Puss, we've got company, yells Shrek. As the three try to scrape, Shrek knocks over a huge cauldron of boiling potions. It spills behind them and they get away. Cute button nose, long wavy locks, a tuck around the buttocks. I don't like horse donkey there, it doesn't look right. Oop. Donkey tests the happily ever after potion. Nothing happens. Maybe it doesn't work on donkeys, Shrek says. He drinks some himself. Suddenly, Donkey's legs start to wobble. He drops to the ground. Shrek gets dizzy and passes out. Meanwhile, back in the castle, Fiona also freezes and faints. Next morning, Shrek wakes up surrounded by beautiful maidens. One maiden has fetched him a pail of water. After pressing that button, Shrek looks at the water and sees his reflection. He is handsome. Have you ladies seen my donkey? Shrek asks. Who you calling donkey? Cries Donkey. He is now a beautiful white stallion. Puss in Boots reads the potion label out loud. To make the effects of this potion permanent, the drinker must obtain his true love's kiss by midnight. Midnight? Why is it always midnight? Here's the next beautiful picture. Looks like Donkey looks horrifying as a horse. Fiona wakes up in the morning and discovers to her horror that she has turned beautiful. She has been fooled by Fairy Godmother. Fiona thinks that Prince Charming is now the handsome Shrek. But Fiona is uncomfortable. Okay, press that button again. Not only does this new Shrek look different, he's acting differently. The real Shrek tries to break into the castle to find Fiona, but he's stopped by the Fairy Godmother. She convinces him that Fiona's better off without him, even though he's become handsome just for her. Shrek, Donkey, and Puss go to a seedy pub to drown their sorrows. The Fairy Godmother finds them there and has them arrested by some knights. Later at Shrek's swamp, the fairy tale creatures are watching the show Knights on TV. They see a horse being arrested. The horse yells, "I'm not even a horse, I'm a donkey!" And one of the three bad mice recognizes the voice, apparently. Then a handsome man on the television yells, "Find Princess Fiona, I'm my husband, Shrek!" The creatures immediately realize that and they must go help. I'm wearing ladies' underwear. Shrek, Donkey, and Puss are put in prison. Donkey panics and tries to break out of his chains. Help us! I can't take it anymore. Get out of here! He yells. Hey, you're supposed to say I had the right to remain silent. Nobody said I had the right to remain silent. Donkey, you have the right to remain silent, sighs Shrek. Where's the that picture? What you lack is the capacity. They didn't finish that quote. Outside, the fairy tale creatures have arrived at the prison. One of the three little pigs yell, "Fire in the hole!" and blows the lock of the prison gate. Then they lower Pinocchio into the jail cell, but he still can't reach Shrek. Donkey? Or Puss? The gingerbread man grabs some keys and runs onto Pinocchio's nose. Pinocchio quickly tells lies, and Queen Gingy rides his growing nose all the way to Shrek and the others, freeing him. Alright, I've been freed. Here's this. Meanwhile, the fairy godmother gives the king a magic potion to slip into Fiona's tea. After she drinks it, she'll fall in love with the first man she kisses. But the king cannot bring himself to trick his daughter and doesn't give her the drink to her. Think Fiona swallowed the potion. Prince Charming tries to kiss her all night. Shrek and the others rush to the royal ball. Shrek comes up with a plan. Do you know the Muffin Man? He asks Ginger. Why, sure. He's right down Drury Lane. Why? Ginger asks. Because we're going to need flour. Lots and lots of flour, answers Shrek. I am so glad they put that line there because I love saying that. Soon, Shrek's plan is revealed. The Muffin Man and Ginger have baked a gingerbread Mongo. Go, Mongo, go! Yells Shrek. The giant creature leads an attack on the castle. He prises her open with his giant gingerbread arms. The guards try pouring warm milk on him, but Shrek runs aside just in time. Here's the final page of this book, I believe. Shrek enters the ball. Stop, he yells. You, back away from my wife. Angry, the fairy godmother tries to zap Shrek with her magic wand. But the king jumps quickly in front of Shrek to save him. No! As he screams out, the zap shoots off the king's armor and blasts the fairy godmother. She explodes. Everyone looks toward the king's armor. Out hops the frog. The king was really a frog. I'm sorry, says the frog to the queen. I wish I could only be a man you deserve. You're more the man today you ever were. What's and all, she says to the king. Shrek and Fiona realize that it's almost midnight. Fiona, kiss me, cries Shrek. If you kiss me right now, we'll stay this way forever. I'm happy with the man I married, says Fiona. She stops his kiss. I want him back. Shrek smiles. They both turn back into their ogre selves. No, oh no, cries Donkey, so you two turns back into his old self. No way, Donkey, says Shrek. You sound like a noble steed to me. And that is the end. And here's the last page. Is completely different art style, but it's not bad. Here's the thing. Choose a character button. This is your character for the game. Youngest player goes first, whatever. When it's your turn, press the character button. Find the option of your character you actually find. Plus the magnifying glass when you find what you're looking for. The next player's turn. Your time swells up for your answer. Blah, blah, blah. Magnifying power wins. So I'm going to scroll for this slowly so you can see some of this artwork here. Here's some. This is the last page. There's nothing after this. I can't even flip it to the end because there's leaves cardboard after that. So yeah. So we're gonna find Donkey. Alright, Donkey. Where is he? Oh, he's right here. We find him. Let's find Shrek. There's Shrek. Oh, they actually want me to find stuff like bunny slippers. I didn't realize that. I know what you were saying. So here's the bunny slippers. Let's see what Puss in Boots Bun says. Oh, this is what you're supposed to find 3 blind mice, I guess. Where are they? There's chipmunks. Are they the blind mice? No, not really. I guess I failed that. Let me try Fiona Bun. In a punch bowl. Well, we saw her earlier. Supposed to find glasses now. It's actually not a bad little game at the end. I don't know where they are. There's 3 by mice, by the way. Notice that you found it, because yeah, that's the end of the Shrek book. And here's the back, in case you're wondering. This was made by Public Internationals. Yeah, Shrek 2. Are you up for a little quest, donkey? Thank you for watching. See you next time, alligator.